Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Ooni of Ife's palace and the Lofogidi rolling house, plunge into a serious shock as Ebonys baby welcome party slated for 4th of January 2024 is cancelled without pre-notice, okay? Private jet that's supposed to bring them to Nigeria cancelled without pre-notice. No information, no problem whatsoever, nothing. Kabiyesi woke up and cancelled everything. Everything. As in, leaving Ebony in a very serious confusion. A lot of people are saying it is serious retribution, right? Now, you do know that keeping a private pilot for yourself is very expensive. So usually for owners of private jet, they would usually, hire pilots whenever they want to travel. So they said last month, this is a very busy period for the pilots everywhere in the world. And so if you are to hire a pilot around October, November, December, you need to book them ahead, okay? And they said when they booked that pilot, they booked the pilot around November. And there was barely space for the pilot, okay? And because of the personality involved, that's the Ooni of Ife, the man had to create space for that pilot because the pilot has been flying the Ooni of Ife. So the pilot was supposed to get to Nigeria, get the private jet, and take the private jet to the UK to go and bring them back. Now, it's also important to understand that the private jet that was supposed to go and bring them back is not a private jet that belongs to Dr. Lizzie and the Ooni of Ife. Now, that private jet, they say the private jet, as we are speaking right now, the private jet for Dr. Lizzie is not in Nigeria, that the private jet is in Switzerland, where Dr. Lizzie is. Now, you know that the space for the private jet is usually very expensive. So when it comes to you owning a private jet, it's not just about owning the private jet too. That property, if you carry them on top of your head, the private jet must stay in a space, okay? The landing space where the private jet stays is the major problem. So when Dr. Elizabeth flew to Switzerland with in that private jet, they left it there in Switzerland. Now, the reason why they left it in Switzerland is because for some reason, something they have with the government, Dr. Elizabeth is into IT. She's very brilliant and all of that. So there's something she has. They said their bills there in Switzerland is less, really, really less than that of Nigeria. So they had to leave it there. So this entire festive period, the Ooni of Ife has been traveling with private jet that belongs to Dr. Elizabeth Jack Rich's family, okay? And so it's the private jet that belongs to Dr. Elizabeth Jack Rich's family that's supposed to go and bring Ebony from the UK and bring Ebony back. They booked and they paid the pilot who is supposed to do the trip. And all of a sudden, after the payment has been done, you know that the payment is bagam. It's not a small payment. Kabiyesi cancelled everything. Now, why is Kabiyesi cancelling everything? They say Kabiyesi has no problem with Ebony. Kabiyesi has no problem with the family. Kabiyesi has nothing, they have been sweet together. Everything has been fine with them. No problem whatsoever. Why is he cancelling everything? And now, they also said that when he decided to cancel this whole stuff, that Ebony was not pre-notified, that stuff has been cancelled, that everything was just being cancelled and being cancelled and being cancelled. And right now, everybody, the entire palace and everybody, they have turned to Ikpe. They said this has got to do with Ikpe. Now, why are they suspecting that Ikpe is responsible for what is happening? That is if the information is correct. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media. I do not live in the palace of the Ooni of Ife, neither am I related to them. Okay, I'm a blogger. I reenact my information that I gather all on social media. And I tell you that whatever information you get on social media, you want to take it with a pinch of salt. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the sources still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love your show. I do well, my people. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. We have gotten a report to if you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Thank you if I've said that before. We have gotten a report to that palace is hard. Palace is hard. Kabiyesi is busy doing all the things that he's been doing. Lately, it's been, the New Year festival and all of that. It's been with Yoba and, with other of his Oloris and all of that. There'd be no problem whatsoever. As a matter of fact, people are very upset that it does seem as if they have forgotten about Olori Naomi. That is, Kabiyesi has forgotten about Olori Naomi and all of that. The last time we checked, everything was fine between Ooni Of Ife and the Oloris in the palace. There was no problem whatsoever. All of a sudden, Kabiyesi turned his back and now said that he doesn't want to continue with what he's doing with Ebony. How is it even possible after Ebony just blessed him with a son? That is the question everybody's asking, what is going on? And because of the way the event is turning, people are beginning to suspect that something is wrong. And now what could be wrong? The question is being, in fact, people are just suspecting Ikpe. Now, a lot of them are suspecting Ikpe because of that change that was made. The fact that that alarm, that cook raised alarm, that they have not been, Kabiyesi has been eating from a different plates, like not eating the food that the cook have been made. Meanwhile, there is a standing order that the Oloris are not supposed to cook for him. Now, why is there a standing order that the Oloris are not supposed to cook for him? That's their tradition. And that is not to say because they are afraid that the Oloris may do anything to him or that. They say the tradition is so because, of course, these women are still young. All of them are still going through their menstrual period. And when the king eats food that is made from women who are probably going through that time or just finished the time, they are not clean. It's called unclean food. And it will affect the king so much and all of that. So that is why generally they don't allow the wives to cook for him. He has his own chef who makes his food and prepares everything that he eats. And now, these Oloris, upon knowing these rules, why will, one decide that, look, I want him to be eaten? Apparently, they didn't know that the cook will raise alarm, or maybe they felt the cook will not know because they said the plates and everything were all the same. Nothing changed, okay? And so maybe they never thought that the cooks would know, but unfortunately they got to find out that, look, what is happening is not something that is normal, and Kabiyesi is eating food that he's not supposed to eat. And now a lot of people are saying that explain why things are the way they are. Look, Olori Naomi was arrested for doing something that is noble. And one would have expected that, if not for anything, for the sake of the boy Tadenika, Kabiyesi would stand by Olori Naomi. Before, in fact, even though there was a prophecy, and even Iyanifa said that Kabiyesi is going to turn his back on Olori Naomi. Yes, it happened. That yes, so indeed, we are hearing, even though from so many sources, we are also hearing that he may be doing something, but a lot of people say that he's not doing anything. So for this to have happened, something is wrong. That is what a lot of people are saying, if this information is true. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media.